Hi, Empress Justice here, complete with cracked nose. I know, I don't know if you guys can see it. But yeah, if you want to check out my daily readings, you can check them out on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Also, check out my June 2022 readings, which is in two parts. And also, the full moon ingestion reading is coming up to the full moon now. It's going to be full moon next Tuesday. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Check out all those videos on Empress Justice Tarot. You can also check out my TikTok. My TikTok is Fabian Deacon. I also have an Empress Justice Tarot TikTok, so you can check them both out. TikTok, I don't necessarily talk about my targeting as much on there, but I definitely do talk about it. And then on top of that, with the Empress Justice Tarot TikTok, we've got timeless popped readings. So go ahead and check those out. Update on me. So nothing this morning because it's still like, what, 8:34 in the morning. Truth be told, the only reason why I'm cranking out this live now is that I want to get back to sleep. I want to get back to resting. I'm getting over the cold. The cold is not as bad as it was. You know, thank goodness. I seem to be getting over it relatively quickly. But yeah, update on me. So this is going to be from yesterday evening, right? Yesterday evening, you see, this is where I find it really difficult to make assumptions, because just because somebody's talking loud, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's automatically for me to hear. But the elder kid came back from school and the mum was basically saying loud as she could, "Were you being naughty at school?" He said, "Yeah," to black kids. And I'm like, that's an odd thing to talk about. Like, if you're naughty at school, then you're naughty at school. Why does it matter that they're black? And then it occurred to me that what they were doing was the boy probably did antagonize some black children. And what happened is that the family decided to use it as a gauge as to whether or not I'd go on my live and immediately start ranting. Now, in the first place, to use that as bait, like to use black children as bait, just for me to make a live is pathetic. Like, even if it's not true, and they only said that to try to get me to say a live, that's incredibly pathetic and incredibly morally bankrupt to try to use the racism argument for me to make a live out of it. If it is true, then that's even worse. What kind of revenge are you getting on me by antagonizing other black children and using their race as an insult? How is that getting revenge on me? Like, how do you get revenge on me by proving me right? So let's recap. I said that this family was the type of family to get people killed. Next thing you know, a male voice, I just want to make a correction. It was a male voice that said that. I've said that throughout every video. When I was addressing the aunt yesterday, I was talking about the man who said that, not her, right? First, in response to me wanting to beat one of the adults' asses, a male voice associated with you and your family basically talked about killing me, thinking that I couldn't hear you. It's one thing for you to say that and think that I can hear you, because what I notice about death threats that are made to your face is that 9 times out of 10, people have no intention of fucking doing that shit. You can tell when somebody means it and you can tell when somebody doesn't. This was done behind my back in the middle of the street where they thought I couldn't hear them. So I basically said this type of family was a type of family to get people killed. So that half proves it. The second thing is, I said that you people were going to start a race war. So when this little boy turns around to black children and calls them black losers or whatever the hell he called them, what does that spark? What does that spark off? We've already had hate crimes around here up the wazoo. So what does that create? If you go to school and talk about how black children are this, that, and the third. If you're lying about what you've done and you did that just so that I'd make a live about it, okay, that's already pathetic enough. But to actually do that and try to act like that's revenge on me when all you've done is basically prove me right, that's horrifying. That's horrifying. To do that just to get a live, either way, is horrific. And I tried to be fair. I tried to leave the children's things out of it, but the adults, they're always on some bullshit. They're always on some bullshit. Like, I tried to be fair, and I tried to leave, you can see through my other videos, I tried to leave the kids out of it. As much as I might talk shit, I tried to leave them and their business out of it. But no. No. You want to get revenge by proving me right. By proving that I was right about everything that I said about you. Including the fact that you will literally destroy your own future just to try to get to someone else. Because you're too weak, you don't have the courage or the patience to focus on yourselves and what you need to be doing. So you want to focus on how you can make your enemy suffer, not realizing that you are suffering way more than they are because the consequences for you are worse. But this is exactly the type of shit that perps do. Now, as for those black kids, I'm sorry that everybody has to find out the hard way that it's not me that's the issue. I'm sorry that everybody had to find out the hard way, but they brought it on. I'm not going to say the black children brought it on themselves. They did nothing. But again, the people that chose to co-sign with these parents, they brought it on themselves. They completely brought it on themselves. They didn't have to take these people at their word. But you saw a bunch of white children and these white mothers who were probably trembling and crying about the shit, weaponize their vulnerability in order to get away with their shit. You saw that. You fell for it because you needed to feel important. And you took them at their word and you said awful things about me without knowing the full story. I don't feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for those black children, though. That's if it's true. I feel sorry for those black kids, man. The fuck did they do? In fact, most of the black people around here haven't been involved, to my knowledge. They haven't even been involved. Like most of them are probably working 12 fucking hours a day. The fuck do they have to do with this Idle Village gossip? The fuck do they have to do with this Idle Village gossip? They're probably working 12 fucking hours a day and not here most of the time. Do you know what I mean? So no, like none of this is a victory. It's gross. But you wanted me to be upset, but it just proves everything that I was saying yesterday was right. Well, not yesterday, but the day before. It proves everything that I was saying the day before was correct. Great, so great. Good job. Great job. Fabulous. Round of applause. Ruining your own future and proving me right just to see me upset and make a live. Congratulations. That's wonderful. So, I got a lot of responses from yesterday's video, and understandably so, because one of our TIs has fallen. I didn't have the opportunity, whilst I was making that live, to thank Daniel Bowden, because even though I didn't know him very well, he, according to many targeted individuals, spoke out continuously about this issue. Like, a lot of us speak out. But apparently Daniel Bowden taught a lot of people about what TI life involves, the targeting involved. Apparently he taught a lot of people, and he was good friends with quite a few people in the TI community. So I would personally like to thank Daniel Bowden. I'm sorry I never knew you, sir. I'm sorry we never knew each other. But thank you for opening your lives up to us you know, because that's not an easy thing to do, especially if your family doesn't really believe what's going on, even though I can't assume that for sure. I'd like to thank you, Daniel, for everything that you've done for the targeted community, and I wish you could rest in peace. I wish you could, but that involves like taking down gang stalking as a whole, and really getting up their arse and making sure future generations don't go through this. Speaking the truth is one of the ways in which we do that, but luckily for the community, we've got scientists, we've got doctors, we've got professionals, we've got lawyers over here, we've got people over here. So it starts with many of us speaking the truth about what's going on, like you did. And it ends with the more professional people in our circles actively engaging in solutions in order to protect us all and possibly protect future generations from going through the same thing. So once again, Mr. Bowden, Mountain Man, thank you for what you've contributed, and thank you to all those who contributed, including David Scott Baker, who I did know and who I did talk to. Well, I didn't know him, but I definitely spoke to him. I'd like to thank him as well, because he continuously spoke out, and being a queer icon as well. You know, thank you so much, David. And to all those who have fallen, Elvira Williams, yeah, so many of you. Thank you all. Thank you all. You died speaking the truth, and that means a lot. That's the real sacrifice that, you know, we all have to die. But it's what we do when we pass that's important. And people who die speaking the truth, they're contributing their bodies, their souls, and their minds towards something, you know, towards something momentous. And I have to thank all of the TIs who have passed for that. You died speaking the truth. That's the most admirable thing you can do. So thank you to Daniel Bowden and all TIs who have fallen, including Helen Sorba. Thank you to all TIs that have passed. You speaking the truth the way you do is helping the rest of us now. Thank you so much. Thank you for your sacrifice. And for the rest of you living TIs, I love you very much. You guys take care of yourselves. I'm gonna lie down, man. I'm gonna just take a nap. Don't worry, you'll get your readings. For the two of you who are interested, you will get your readings. So don't worry about it. I always find a way to do it. So I love you guys. Take care. Peace and blessings. What else? I want to shout out to a particular TI who reached out to me, who is not gonna lie, who's experiencing a lot of electronic attacks that I used to go through, like fast heart rate that's preventing them from sleeping. I've been through that. It's horrible. So I'd just like to shout out to that particular person. I'm thinking of you. I wish there was something more I could do. I really do. This shit is it's inhumane and it's disgusting. So I really wish there was something more I could do, but all I can do is make a bloody video talking about it or giving my condolences. But yes, my condolences go out to that particular TI and any TI who goes through that. So I love you, my fellow TIs. Those of you who are living, peace and blessings. I'm going to go back to bed because I can. Oh, because I'm tired. You know, being a TI, I mean, in my case, it takes a lot out of you, so I'm going to go back to bed. I love you guys. Take care. Peace and blessings. Bye-bye.